Hi, I'm Kathleen and my student ID is 90E6250. I will explain how the 3 final exam questions helped me understand about investment vehicles, financial markets, portfolio management, and behavioral finance. I was able to understand the different investment vehicles available to investors. These can be classified into debt, equity, hybrid instruments, and derivatives. Debt instruments include contractual savings, deposits and loans, fixed interest securities that provide stable and predictable returns. Equity instruments consist of ordinary shares and they allow the investors to take part in the company ownership. Hybrid instruments include preference shares and convertible bonds, and they combine features of both debt and equity. Derivatives are futures, swaps, options, forward contracts, etc., and it is used for speculative purposes. In terms of financial markets, securities are traded in primary and secondary markets. These markets can be further classified into money markets, derivative markets, equity markets, debt capital markets, and foreign exchange markets. Understanding these markets help investors choose suitable instruments based on their risk and their objectives. A portfolio strategy must first be developed and securities are allocated based on the strategy. Historical price data over a 5-year period is collected and calculated for the monthly return and the annual returns. The covariance of securities within the portfolio is then calculated using the annual return. To measure the portfolio risk, solver is then used to determine the optimal portfolio risk and return. Stock betas are collected from the market, and the weighted beta of each stock is calculated based on its allocation. The portfolio beta is then calculated by summing up the weighted stock betas. The portfolio must be diversified across different countries and different sectors to minimize the risk. A modern portfolio theory explains how investors can create portfolios and maximizes returns for a given level of risk. Using expected returns and risk, an efficient frontier is drawn. A risk-free asset is then introduced, and by combining it with optimal risky portfolio, the capital market line is constructed. And the capital market line represents the highest expected return for each level of risk, and this helps investors choose portfolios based on their risk tolerance. Fixed income securities are debt instruments that provide regular income until maturity. Pricing involves calculating the present value of bonds, face value, and coupon payments. The risk of bonds is assessed using credit ratings from agencies such as S&P and Moody's. Factors affecting bonds risk include interest rate changes, credit quality, and time to maturity. Understanding these aspects helps investors make better decisions about including bonds in a diversified portfolio. Investment companies provide expert advices to investors to help them construct a diversified portfolio. They make use of professional tools and methods to formulate strategies, and they monitor the performance. They also help investors make informed decisions by assessing risk and comparing portfolio performance to benchmarks. Behavioral biases can influence investors to make decisions that affect both risk and returns. Examples include overconfidence, herd behavior, and anchoring. Understanding these biases can help investors avoid making poor decisions, and it also helps them improve their portfolio performance. To conclude, working on the final exam helped me integrate the theory with practical application. It enhanced my ability to make better investment decisions and provide professional, realistic recommendations. Thank you.